in the nations that we serve.
Now it's your turn to join the Mercy Ships family and help bring hope and healing to people with no access to safe surgery.
Every moment counts, so don't wait. It takes so little to do so much.
Imagine, for only $20 a month, less than 75 cents a day, you can help change countless lives.
Mercy Ship stays in the community. They're there for months and months and months and address as much as they can. People go home, they tell people what they've had done, and if more people come, more people sign up. It's just a great opportunity to do a great thing for people over a long period of time.
And it's so easy. Simply call the number on your screen, scan the QR code, or go to mercyships.org.
Thank you so much for all of your help. Thank you for your support of the ship. We could not be here and complete this mission without the help of people like you. It means so much to have support from people around the world.
Did you know that Mercy Ships surgeons, nurses, physical therapists, and crew members volunteer their time, and many pay their own way? It's an incredible gift.
And your generous donation helps provide more surgeries, critical aftercare therapy, and helps train local doctors and nurses to provide ongoing care for the people of their country.
To thank you for your contribution, we'll give you a subscription to our Waves of Mercy newsletter,
so you can see how your generous giving is transforming the lives of real people and their families.
And when you call in the next 7 minutes, ask how you can receive a Mercy Ships t-shirt. Wear it proudly to show how much you care.
And know that you are one of us, working together to change lives and spread hope, healing, and joy.
Don't let this moment pass you by. A U.S.-based Mercy Ships team member is ready to take your call right now.
We are standing by to thank you for your generosity in helping bringing life-changing surgeries to those most in need.
So don't wait. Take action right now to help change lives.
Have your credit card ready to help save a child's life today. Every donation makes a vital difference, and every donor is part of our family.
Visit us at mercyships.org or call 888-439-1400. That's 888-439-1400 right now.
Tresser is an adorable little boy whose mother is devoted to him and to making sure he has a bright future. But as Tresser entered school, he wasn't keeping up with his work.
I didn't know his eyes were hurting. I would lecture him and ask why he doesn't want to write on the slate while he could write on the notebook. I didn't know his eyes were preventing him from walking.
Tresser had cataract, and his mother was devastated.
I wasn't expecting this and didn't have money for an operation. Every mother would like to see her child moving forward in life. I felt as the part of me was dying. I could barely eat, I could barely sleep. I felt like I was suffocating.
Then Tresser's teachers told Tresser's family about Mercy Ships, and he was admitted to get the surgery he needed to restore his sight and hope for his future.
Now I am happy. I have a great sense of ease. I thank Mercy Ships because they came to save my child.
Now, Tresser can see and learn and have a future full of possibility, a future that would not have been possible without Mercy Ships and people like you who support our mission.
You help us to make the blind see again. You help us to make sure that kids can walk again. We help people being accepted in their community again.
Whether it's donating a small or large amount, you're making a difference. And what the most important thing I think you're helping is you're bringing a smile and you're bringing hope to someone's eyes, which is the biggest thing.
Kamai was burned by boiling water when she was only 1 year old.
5-star nails.
Her arms and hands seared together for
I'll make
years.
an appointment for 12:45. I'm running a little bit behind. I just at my granddaughter's not feeling well.
When I finished cooking, I set the water on the fire.
What you saying? I'm sorry. I don't hear a lot.
I'm
Just,
running about 15
We
minutes
carried her
behind.
to the hospital,
okay,
but
got
they
it.
only gave us
All right,
antibiotics
see you in
and
15.
tablets. They said it could not be cured. So every time whenever I see her hands, I feel very bad.
Bà trẻ 15 phút.
But I have faith that my daughter's hands will be healed.
Where Gamai and her parents live, there is no treatment to help release Gamai's contractions.
But one day at work, Gamai's father heard that a hospital ship was coming to this.
Fortunately, God had our prayers and sent a ship to help us. Oh, all the nurses were too nice to me. None of them shouted at me or looked at me in a bad way. It's changed a lot in my life. It removed shame from my face.
Volunteer surgeons come to Mercy Ships to provide their healing hands.
And donations from people like you helped give Gamai a new life.
Today she is so active because she has movements that she didn't have before. It was as if she was in prison, but today I can say that she is free. Sometimes she tells me that she wants to be someone important someday. I dream that she becomes the president.
It's very exciting to see that the course of their life could change. The fact that they now have hope that they can be a part of the society and do something useful in their lives, it makes all the difference.
What we're doing with donations is helping exchange suffering for joy, and giving these free surgeries is something that we can't do without the help of people at home.
For over 45 years, Mercy Ships has been a beacon of light, providing free, life-changing surgeries aboard state-of-the-art hospital ships.
Mercy Ships has impacted the lives of nearly 3 million people across the globe.
60 Minutes, the most watched news magazine on television, featured Mercy Ships, calling them a lifeline to those in need.
And Mercy Ships has captured the attention of leaders across the world.
Presidents, prime ministers, and Nobel Prize winners call Mercy Ships a visionary enterprise, making a lasting difference in a world of need.
And say their work provides a sense of hope.
Now it's your turn to join the Mercy Ships family and help bring hope and healing to people with no access to safe surgery.
Every moment counts. It takes so little to do so much.
Imagine.
So when you're there for how long do your wedding celebrations last?
2 days.
2 days? So what'd you do the rest of the time?
We just stay home.
Just stay home,
Yeah,
just rest.
Yeah.
You don't get much of that at home here, so maybe you visited family and
And it's so easy.
My
Simply call
dad's
the number on your
graveyard.
screen, scan
Oh,
the
really?
QR code, or go to mercyships.org.
You are part of changing life for people, and God is amazing. We do our work thanks to you.
is that an important thing in Vietnam, visiting grave sites?
Did you know that Mercy Ships surgeons, nurses, physical therapists, and crew
I don't
members
visit my
volunteer
parents'
their time, and many pay their own way?
graveyard
It's
very
an
often.
incredible gift.
And your generous
I just
donation
feel like
helps
they're not
provide
there,
more
they're in
service,
heaven, so I don't
aftercare therapy, and helps train
I don't
local
feel
doctors
it
and nurses
necessary to go,
provide
but
ongoing
my
care
brother goes
for
quite
people
often.
in their country.
Traditionally,
You
it's
can feel
really
confident
important.
that your
Is it really?
donation will make a difference.
When I was younger, I think I
Year after year, Mercy Ships
went
is
more, but
recognized for
I
its
don't know, I've
amazing
just
charitable
gotten where
work.
And has received 4 out of 4 stars from Charity Navigator.
I just don't think
To
they're
thank you
there,
for your
so.
contribution, we will give you a free subscription to our Waves of Mercy newsletter, so you can see how your generous giving is transforming the lives
Were you
of
young when your
people
father
and
passed
their
away?
families.
And
I mean, you're young now, but
10 years old.
oh, you were just a boy.
But he left when he was 2 months old.
Oh,
And know that
He
you are
wasn't
one of
there.
us, working together to change lives and
He's one of those
spread
guys.
healing and joy.
sorry about that.
Pass you by. A US-based Mercy Ships team
I was
member
19
is
when my
ready to
dad
take your
died.
call right now.
Donors just like you put faith into action by supporting and celebrating the hope and healing that Mercy Ships delivers.
I know,
We're
but
standing by to
she
thank you
did
for
a
your
bad
generosity
job.
I
in
know.
helping bring life-changing
I had to
surgeries
fix
to
the
those
thickness,
most
it's
in
too
need.
thick.
So don't wait. Take action right now and help change lives. Have your credit card ready to help save a child's life today. Every donation makes a vital difference, and every part of our family.
See what happens when you leave?
439-1400. That's 888-439-1400 right now. Each person that donates to the mission of the ship is part of the Mercy
Well,
Ship's
that's it.
family.
I don't know if I ever told you. I kind of have two moms because I was adopted when I was little. But I know my biological mom, so that's who my sister is. She's my biological sister, but I didn't grow up with her. And our biological mom passed away over Christmas, so...
This Christmas, last Christmas?
Well, no, this past, on the 29th, 30th.
Oh, wow, sorry about
29th. That's okay. She had dementia. And, you know, we've kind of been losing her for about 2 years now, just little bits at a time, so... And she'd gotten so frail. She was down to like 85 pounds, and there's nothing much to her, and it was just
good for her that way.
time for her to go, you know. But, yeah, so my sister and I have been spending a little bit more time together just because of that.
I can handle it myself. That's a bad decision. We handle thousands of these cases.
She was cremated. She wanted to be cremated.
After an accident, you do your best to keep up appearances. But it's hard to wrap your head around how things got so bad. We're Brown and Crouppen. We can help you navigate what comes next. Call us for free.
Jack Schmidt Chevrolet. If you haven't purchased a vehicle from Jack Schmidt Wood River, you don't know Jack Schmidt.
7 for a fast response. 7 for results. 7 for St. Louis. Car crash, 777-7777. He's automatic from the 40. When you're sitting.
What was the weather like? Was
No,
it hot?
It's beautiful, though.
Was it?
Actually, this time is really good. It was 72 all the time.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Million people bracing for a major winter storm. The warnings and preparations
Oh
underway
my God,
right
I'm
now.
not ready for this yet.
Well, my son's in Dallas, and they're talking about getting an ice storm down there. A big ice storm. Half of the city was without electricity for days.
Yeah. It's going to be big this week.
Vice President J.D. Vance visits Minneapolis, hoping his words will calm the tensions. Plus, what we're now learning about a new incident involving a 5-year-old boy detained by ICE.
And Trailblazer Barbie, Opal known as the grandmother of Juneteenth, now has her own
Khoảng
inspiring women
45
doll.
phút.
How the civil
Cái tay
rights
này
activist
sửa hơi
reacts to
nhiều.
the news and the message she hopes her doll leaves for future generations. It was quite a fun conversation.
I am so looking forward to hearing that, Nicola. Thank you.
First, we are going to start this hour, though, with those preparations for that massive and potentially historic winter storm.
Yeah, our climate team says more than half of the entire U.S. population is in its path. This powerful system expected to span nearly 2,000 miles from the Arizona-New Mexico border all the way to upstate New York.
So what kind of conditions can we expect and when? Right now, we're tracking sub-zero temperatures, ice, freezing rain, and heavy snow that could top 10 inches in some places. The storm is expected to develop tomorrow in the central and southern plains before reaching the northeast by Sunday. Authorities across the country are already taking major precautions by putting salt on the roads and getting shelters ready. And people we've heard from are already prepping, too.
We're getting gallons of water and packets of tuna and salmon for the cats and salmon for me.
It's good to be ready, absolutely. You know, get your snow plows charged up or gassed up or whatever you got.
Food, snacks. That's it. Stuff you can quickly grab if you're hungry inside. And just keep going. And of course, hot chocolate.
Planning ahead, meteorologist Bill Cairns is tracking the path of the storm, but let's start with NBC News correspondent Ryan Chandler. He's in Dallas, Texas. Ryan, Dallas is not what you think of when you think of nasty weather. A lot of people wondering if the city has the resources, the infrastructure to keep up with this kind of storm. What are you hearing?
Well, Kate, there's no question southern states need to scramble a little bit more to prepare for winter snaps like this. It simply just doesn't happen down here very often, and the last time it happened in Texas, it was catastrophic. It was deadly. Texas, though, looks like they've learned some hard lessons since then. We heard from the governor just a couple hours ago. He says the state is more than prepared, icing highways and major metros, even mobilizing the National Guard to help drivers who may be stranded. The big question everybody had for him today is about the power grid, which infamously failed 5 years ago. He said unequivocally, the ERCOT grid is strong and there is no indication that it's going to face any kind of failure. There still could be local outages. We spoke earlier with Dallas Fire Rescue. They are preparing for an increase in calls, especially on the roads. Here's a bit of what he told us.
She did it bad.
The majority of our accidents is on the greenways, on the...
Yeah, I could tell when I left I wasn't
She
happy.
get me dirty.
The city is doing a great job of
Okay, let's fix it.
those roads to make
Thank
sure they're as safe as they can possibly be. But nevertheless, drivers should take all precautions whenever they are navigating those roads. Just because they've been treated doesn't mean that there won't be some...
My best friend lives in Dallas too. That's how my son ended up down there, because our friends were down there. And she's all excited about the snow because, you know, she grew up here.
Brian, thank you.
Last year when we got that 12 inches or whatever we got in January, her and her husband drove up here just to be in the snow.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Some will be historic, and other will be like typical big winter storm. This map's filling up in a hurry. Now a lot of winter storm warnings are going up. Ice storm warning
Much better.
Greenville, Mississippi, up towards Tupelo. And I think that the ice will be, you know, when we look back at the storm.
I was hoping when I called that you were back.
And that's possible in these areas with the dark blue.
I'm back to work right away though. I didn't take a day off.
Yeah, when'd you come back?
Monday.
Oh, okay.
An extremely cold air mass. So people that don't have heat and stuff
I
in their
went back to
houses
work
could be,
yesterday.
they're having to leave, go into shelters for
No,
numerous days, or
Tuesday.
hotel rooms,
Today's
or
Thursday, right? Yeah.
Thursday,
So
yeah.
that's one issue there.
I know, I've lost track too.
That's the other spot
I spent 2 days at the hospital last week with my daughter in labor, and then
as far as the snow goes,
went up there every day afterwards. And then we were up there the day after she came home, and then going back up today. I've lost track.
Oklahoma City. Totals are going up a little higher now in Chicago, but right along the Ohio River, those areas are going to get nailed. And then we're also watching
Go
snow
hold my
totals
little
going down in a
green
few
baby.
spots. DC, you're one of them. Now it looks like snow mixing in with sleet. Same for our friends in Virginia. South of there, it looks like most of the ice storm. Still from New York City northwards, it looks to be all snow, and that's where likely a lot of locations will get over a foot. And then on top of all of this, if it wasn't even for the winter storm, these cold headlines would be making news all by themselves. The wind chill tomorrow morning, negative 54 in northern Minnesota. Minneapolis, negative 42. Green Bay, negative 37. You get the idea, guys. This isn't just your normal cold air mass. This is extreme.
All right, people need to brace for it. Bill Cairns, Ryan Chandler, thank you.
President Trump is on his way back to the U.S. after wrapping up an eventful 24 hours at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
The focus of the president's day was foreign policy. This morning, President Trump and 19 other world leaders held a signing ceremony for the president's Board of Peace aimed at ending international conflicts.
President Trump also seemed to diffuse tensions with European allies, backing off from his threat of new tariffs on Europe and then announcing that he and NATO had reached the framework of a deal on Greenland. Joining us now, NBC News White House correspondent Monica Alba at the White House, and NBC News correspondent Ellison Barber is in Greenland's capital, Nuuk. Monica, I'll start with you and this Greenland deal or structure. What more are we learning about the framework, and what does it entail? What is not included?
Yeah, this is a framework, according to the president, for a possible future deal, Kate and Zinkley. And I think that's important because there are a lot of details that we still don't have. But the president did rule out military force in terms of acquiring Greenland. That's something he had been threatening for weeks. He took that off the table. And now he says essentially that negotiations are going to start, some conversations are going to start with the key stakeholders and players here about potentially expanding the U.S. military presence on the Arctic island. There's one U.S. military base, and now it sounds like the U.S. could expand to multiple or to more if that is the decision that is taken. But we still don't have a complete idea of what the president really did agree to here, what NATO has agreed to, what Denmark will agree to. Those talks now need to be underway. But this is a departure from the president's original stance, guys, which was that the U.S. had to have all of Greenland essentially ruling it and running it. This seems to be a
completely different conversation, and one that if the U.S. wanted to have more military bases, they already could have pursued under a pact that was signed decades ago. Guys.
Monica, thank you. Ellison, let's bring you in now. You've been in Greenland's capital, Nuuk, for several days. How are people reacting to what appears to be a de-escalation?
Well, I mean, Greenland's prime minister at a press conference today said that he did not have any information on the details of this agreement or the framework of an agreement. We also heard that from Denmark's prime minister, but what we've heard from officials in Denmark, also here in Greenland, is that they have been and still are willing to have negotiations and discussions related to security in the Arctic region. Everyone says that they are on board with that. What they didn't agree with was this idea that President Trump kept insisting on, that Greenland become part of the United States. In terms of what the people here in Greenland are saying, we spoke to people as soon as we saw that Truth Social post last night and then again today, and what a lot of people keep telling us is they don't know what to believe. They say at this point they're not sure if they can take President Trump's word as fact because they feel like he's switched back and forth so many times on this. And they also say again, when it comes to the big issue of what happens in Greenland, they want it to stay as things are. Listen.
He changes his mind as we all we change our socks. We got free education, we got free healthcare, we got free dentist, we got everything. Why should we change for what we have seen in America? It's not worth anything.
People here are watching and waiting, hoping to get deep. They say they feel like they can't fully relax or let their guard down, even if right now they feel somewhat cautiously optimistic. Kate Sinclair.
Ellison, thanks again for being there. Monica, I want to ask you about the Board of Peace that was the focus of President Trump's day in Davos today. Which countries are part of this board, which are not, and who's in charge?
Well, the U.S. has invited dozens of countries to join, but we know that at least at the event today, it was less than 20 who appeared in person. Some have accepted from all over the world, but some have rejected and denied it, including France. We know that President Putin of Russia was invited and says that he has accepted. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has also said he will sit on the Board of Peace, as well as some other countries, but there are many who simply haven't weighed in yet, Kate and Zinkley. And this is really meant to govern the rebuilding and security aspect of Gaza, which still has a lot of outstanding details that, of course, need to be ironed out for the next phase.
All right, Monica Alba, Ellison Barber, thanks to you both.
Now the text says it was a unanimous verdict in the case against a former Uvalde school police officer accused of not doing enough to help students during the deadly 2022 mass shooting at Robb Elementary.
In each of the 29 counts, we, the jury, find defendant Adrian was not guilty.
Adrian Gonzalez was one of the first officers to arrive at that scene. The jury's decision comes nearly 4 years after the school shooting, which, of course, was one of the deadliest in U.S. history. 19 students and 2 teachers were killed.
Let's bring in NBC's Priscilla Thompson, who's been tracking this trial closely. She joins us from outside the courthouse in Corpus Christi, Texas. Priscilla, it took the jury 7 hours to deliberate and reach this not guilty verdict. What was the reaction that we saw both from Gonzalez but also the families of the victims?
Yeah, Zinkley, we saw Gonzalez visibly emotional, putting his head down as that not guilty verdict was read. We also saw family members of the victims in the gallery wiping away tears. They came out of the courthouse a few moments later sobbing, just inconsolable. Many of them just shouting that this was not fair. And we did have an opportunity to speak with some of those family members afterwards. And Gonzalez himself, who did not testify in his own defense, actually spoke after that acquittal as well.
Thank you for the jury for considering all the evidence and making that verdict.
What message did this jury send with this not guilty?
Children don't matter. That's it. That cops matter more than children.
The message is clear. When you're an officer, you don't have to do anything. You stand back and wait for the Army, for the Marines, everybody to show up. No one gets accountability.
And while Gonzalez was the first to arrive on the scene, there were hundreds of law enforcement officers on the scene that day. The only other officer charged in this case is the school's police chief, Pete Arredondo. A trial date for him has not yet been set. Zinkley?
All right, Priscilla Thompson, thank you so much. Coming up, the key hearing today to decide the fate of Blake Lively's lawsuit against her It Ends With Us co-star, how those text messages with Taylor Swift might play into the case.
Plus, a transcript from a trial in the UK shows President Trump's son, Barron, allegedly phoned emergency services as his friend was attacked. What we've learned and what investigators are saying, that's next on Daily.
COPD is an ugly reality. I watch as this world just keeps getting smaller. But then, Trelegy helped us see things a little differently. With 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trelegy keeps airways open for a full 24 hours and prevents future flare-ups. Once daily Trelegy also improves lung function, so he can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy for COPD, because breathing should be beautiful all day and night.
It's mesmerizing. Cleaning that greasy mess with Dawn Platinum. And not even scrubbing. Well, feathers. It cuts through the slimy stuff better than their old dish soap, removing 99% of grease. That's why only Dawn is trusted to save wildlife.
Depend keeps you drier than ever, so you can say yes to more than ever. Yes, yes, yes.
No.
Depend. The only thing stronger than us is you.
Ashley's New Year's sale is going on now. For a limited time, you can ring in the savings with Hot Buy starting at just $2.99. And pay no interest for 5 years when you shop in-store. Shop this season's must-have looks today. Only at Ashley.
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
Get the best of NBC News with fewer ads with an NBC News subscription, including ad-free articles, podcasts, and NBC News shows, plus deeper access and exclusive content. Download the app now and subscribe for more.
I'm looking for some facts first.
Chắc cậu tới rồi anh Phú.
That's what the news is supposed to do.
An emergency phone call made by President Donald Trump's son, Barron Trump, is being used as evidence in a trial.
Are you Miss Amy? Are you Amy? Okay. I don't feel one more.
Told the operator a woman he knew was being assaulted in the UK and she needed immediate help. Let's bring in NBC News senior White House correspondent Garrett Haake. Garrett, there is clearly a lot of backstory to this case. Explain what we know so far and how exactly Barron Trump fits in here.
Yeah, we're learning some of that backstory as this case progresses, but Trump is serving by proxy here in the form of a phone transcript and some emails as a key witness to the alleged assault that took place here. This happened just days before his father was to be sworn in as president last January, and according to the transcript of the call presented in a British court, Trump and this woman, the alleged victim, whose name isn't given, are sort of called into a brief FaceTime call. Mr. Trump sees some element of this assault taking place and then appears to spend the next several minutes trying to figure out how to get a hold of emergency services in London. He ultimately does so. This transcript here was provided by prosecutors in the UK. Here you can see Mr. Trump saying that it took him some time to get in touch with them and that he believes that this person is being beat up and that she needs help right away. He says it's an emergency. He gets somewhat heated by the tenor of the transcript here with the operator accusing Mr. Trump of being rude here when he doesn't answer specific questions about how he knows this woman. Ultimately, he says that he knows her from social media. There's some indication from court that they had known each other for quite some time, but this has all been read out in court now there in London.
And Garrett, has the Trump family or the White House on their behalf said anything about this case?
The White House has declined to comment. It's possible we might hear something from the family through the office of the First Lady, but so far no comment from them whatsoever yet. We're basically piecing this story together from reports inside the courtroom in the UK and this limited amount of evidence that's been released by the prosecutors there.
All right, Garrett Haig, thank you so much.
Let's turn now to some consumer news. Ford is recalling 119,000 vehicles in the United States.
NBC's Emily Lorsch joins us now with today's Money Minute. Emily, what's the reason for the recall?
Hey guys, this is because of concerns with the engine block heater, the device that's used during cold weather, may crack, leak, and could potentially increase the risk of a fire. The recall affects several models, including the Focus, Escape, and Explorer. Has officially been claimed. The lottery player who purchased the $1.8 billion ticket opted for a one-time cash payment, which came out to just more than $830 million, guys. And no surprise that this person is remaining anonymous.
Yeah, there was somebody from around here that bought a lottery ticket at this Walmart right here that won $3.8 million a couple of weeks ago. They said from, I guess it was the Missouri lottery, not the big one, not the one that's multiple states, but they said it was sold from the High Ridge Walmart.
Before we go to break, a quick, exciting announcement.
I don't ever buy them, so I knew it wasn't me.
Yep, me too.
We are launching a podcast, the first episode of the Drink
That's the only thing I don't do. Lottery ticket.
No, I don't do it. Got better things to do with my life.
Nói gì phố này nghe gì? Ở đâu cái sơn gì? What you say, babe? What did you say?
Hi, my name is
Ask them if they had the Chrome.
We do, but what kind of Chrome you want?
Definitely want to hear.
I don't know, my sister was just showing me some
Available in your
pictures
area. May be eligible to get extra benefits with the Humana Medicare Advantage.
Do you know what color it is?
she showed me a purple.
These plans have a $0 monthly plan premium.
So Chrome can go with any color. It's just on top of the color. So you want to pick out the color and then we put Chrome on top of it?
To help pay for covered over-the-counter.
I'm kind of like the mood change ones.
First aid supplies and more.
So you want mood change this time?
The healthy options allowance is loaded onto a prepaid card
Okay.
each month.
Did you get a color yet?
Not yet, I haven't.
Call today to learn about all the items covered.
Anh lấy mấy cái màu đổi lại cho cổ coi đi anh Phú.
On hundreds of prescriptions all year long. Including like brand name drugs. All plans have $0 copays to cover preventive dental services, which include 2 free cleanings a year, as well as coverage towards fillings. They also have vision coverage, including vision exams and a yearly allowance towards eyewear, such as lenses or contacts. And hearing coverage, which includes routine hearing exams and coverage towards hearing aids. Plus, your doctor, hospital, and pharmacy may already be part of our large Humana networks. So call the number on your screen now to speak with a licensed Humana sales agent. Would you love benefits like a monthly allowance to help pay for covered
Watching the other shop?
No.
So if you have Medicare and
It's live
Medicaid,
stream.
call the number on your screen
Live
now
streaming.
and speak with a licensed Humana sales agent. If you're eligible, they can even help enroll you over the phone in a Humana Medicare Advantage dual eligible special needs plan. So call now. Humana. A warrant.
Get fast relief with Calmness Plus, upset stomach and nausea support, and love food fast.
And I'm not about to start now. Not When Speaking Up can help millions of women experiencing the coughing fit panty blitz. Thankfully, there's Poise. Improved pads.
Watch the winter 2026 Olympics on 5 on your side.
Riverside Global News Update.
All attention continues to be on this area of low pressure and the cold Arctic air that's moving into our region that will help combine a powerful winter storm stretching across much of the country, encompassing over 200 million people within these watches and warnings. You can see they're stretched all the way from far eastern Arizona all the way up the coastline to Maine. It's a very large system that's expected to have widespread impacts, including for us here. We have now been, just from the National Weather Service, upgraded to a winter storm warning. It includes downtown St. Louis, basically just the I-70 corridor points southward. Winter storm watches have now been pretty much everybody in our region expecting to receive accumulated snowfall over the next 24 to 48 hours. Well, 48 hours to 36 hours or so. So we're very confident. Bitterly cold temperatures, they arrive Friday. They hang around all the way through Monday in powdery snowfall as well. What still remains uncertain, and it will become better in more higher confidence as we move through the next 12 hours.
I don't even know it yet.
The exact snowfall totals. But I will say this, the trend is for the heavier snowfall to continue to slide north into our region. There is a very real potential for a foot plus of snow.
A foot?
Huh?
A foot of snow?
Yeah.
And Illinois. Over the next few days,
Yeah.
temperatures
Yeah.
are going to take a nosedive tomorrow. Arctic front moves through
I mean,
tonight.
yesterday it was like 3 inches.
Temperatures tomorrow will be around 14.
Yeah, we have a foot.
Starting to see that heavy snow arrive.
I'm really glad my tickets for Nate Bergassi are Friday night, not Saturday night. I think we'll get our concert, our comedy show in.
Remains a low of -1 for Sunday night into Monday morning. We don't get above freezing until Tuesday. So let's
It's going to be a really cold walk to the car, though. Parking downtown and walking to and from the car.
You're well prepared. Today's a great day to make those final preparations. So the snow doesn't arrive until Saturday. Tomorrow's going to be very cold. So go
No
make
snow
those
till
final
Saturday.
preparations as we get closer
You like them?
Yes, I do.
Futurecast starts off tomorrow.
I always do when you do them.
Thank you.
It's when you leave me that I have a problem. Although when I had them done in Texas that one time, they did a really good job.
Yeah. All right. All set.
This is now by 11:45 in the morning.